Some heroes lead by example, others just do not have time for that. Hey guys, it's Phoebe with WatchMojo. Today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 worst hero role models.
You've got to ask yourself one question. Do I feel lucky? Well, do you, punk?
We're taking a look at movie characters that entertain us while not walking the straight and narrow path themselves. Note that we'll be focusing on heroes and not just protagonists. Let's get to it. Number 10, Tony Stark, Iron Man, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. If it weren't for his ego, Iron Man would be the perfect hero.
It is one thing to question the official story and another thing entirely to make wild accusations or insinuate that I'm a superhero.
I never said you were a superhero.
Didn't? Mm-mm. Well, good, because that would be outlandish and fantastic.
Sure, he's saved the day on more than one occasion, but even forgetting his sketchy past as an arms dealer, Tony Stark's narcissism and rash decisions make him less than an ideal role model.
I'm just not the hero type, clearly, with this laundry list of character defects, all the mistakes I made, largely public.
A prime example of his hubris is his creation of Ultron, in the belief that he could solve the world's global defense problems. Stark's brash personality has also led to ample turmoil within the group, especially when it comes to Captain America. Oh, and let's not forget the time he was cocky enough to broadcast his address to the world and almost got himself and Pepper killed.
There's no Pentagon, it's just you and me. And on the off chance you're a man, here's my home address. 10880 Malibu Point, 90265. I'll leave the door unlocked.
Number 9, T-800, the Terminator franchise. Originally designed by Skynet to bring down humanity for the count, the T-800 made the jump from emotionless killing machine to lovable action hero in Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Reprogrammed by John Connor and sent back in time to protect his younger self, this cybernetic organism's actions are determined less by a sense of heroism and more by whomever happened to tinker with his circuits last.
You have to do what I say, huh?
That's one of my mission parameters.
Ironically, this lack of free will is the main reason why the T-800 is such an unstoppable hero. There isn't a single truck he isn't willing to crash through to save John Connor. So relentless, yes, but a good role model, not really.
Stay here. I'll be back.
Number 8, Logan, Wolverine, the X-Men franchise.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's winner and still king of the cage, the Wolverine.
Spending a century jumping from war to war, Logan has not only seen but also pretty much done the worst humanity has to offer. Due to his indestructible bones and insanely quick healing ability, Wolverine often sprints into battle without a game plan besides brute force. As part of the X-Men, this hot-headedness does not make him the most reliable of team players, as he prefers to do his own thing rather than follow orders.
Security.
An alpha male through and through, Logan cannot stop himself from butting heads with any authority figure in his way. Just ask Cyclops.
Hey, it's me.
Prove it.
You're a dick.
Okay.
Number 7, Reuben J. Rooster Cogburn, True Grit. This aging gunslinger has definitely seen better days. Unable to find a man with true grit to track down her father's killer, the young Maddie Ross turns to the infamous Rooster Cogburn for help.
Now, I know you can drink whiskey, and I saw you kill a rat, but all the rest has been talk. I'm not paying for talk.
Now spending his days collecting bounties and his nights drinking whiskey, this Civil War veteran grudgingly agrees after being offered a sizable payment. Although John Wayne's Cogburn is flawed, Jeff Bridges can be downright terrifying as the reluctant hero.
About the time we get to Fort Smith, that leg will be swelled up tight as Dick's hat band. It'll be mortified. I will cut it off. And then if you live, I'll get you 2 or 3 years in the federal house up in Detroit there.
An outlaw's worst nightmare and a nuisance to anyone else, one of his drunken tirades almost ends up getting Maddie killed by the person he was assigned to track down. So a mixed bag.
All I need is your silence.
Number 6, Jack Sparrow, the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise. An off-kilter character even by Disney's standards, the eccentric captain of the Black Pearl might be the best or worst pirate to ever sail the seven seas. Brilliant with a sword and quick-witted, while also cowardly and manipulative, Jack is openly admired and mocked by his peers. In a permanent state of intoxication, his multiple heroic deeds are undermined by a strong sense of self-preservation, and at one point he even sells out his crew to save his own skin.
Leave you people alone for just a minute, look what happens. Everything's gone to pot. Aye, Jack, the world needs you back something fierce. And you need a crew.
Jack's talent made him one of the 9 pirate lords. On the other hand, his personality explains why he owes the other 8 lords money. Number 5. Wade Wilson, Deadpool, the Deadpool franchise.
Well, I may be super, but I am no hero. And yeah, technically this is a murder. But some of the best love stories start with a murder. And that's exactly what this is, a love story.
Okay, this entry is practically cheating. A gun for hire, Wade Wilson willingly agrees to take part in a series of risky experimental treatments after being diagnosed with liver, lung, brain, and prostate cancer.
You're clowning. You're not clowning. I sense clowns.
People react to news of late-stage cancer differently.
Injected with a mutant serum and tortured daily, Wilson is reborn as the Merc with a mouth, but at a high cost. With a vulgar sense of humor, the self-hating Deadpool rejects the hero route, preferring to pursue the person who caused his disfigurement, one henchman shish kebab at a time. Never pretending to be anything else, Deadpool gleefully kills anyone in his way while seeking vengeance, and suggests others do the same.
Hey, wait!
Way to stick it!
You're my hero.
No. That I ain't.
Nope. Never will be.
Number 4. Inspector Harold Francis Dirty Harry Callahan, the Dirty Harry franchise. Clint Eastwood often plays grumpy characters that may or may not be great role models, like the bitter war veteran who develops a friendship with a gang member in Gran Torino, for example.
I'd look down to you if I was you. You know, I knew you were a dipshit the first time I ever saw you, but I never thought you were worse with women than you are at stealing cars.
But none beats this San Francisco cop. Never hesitating to step across any ethical boundary in pursuit of justice, Inspector Harry Callahan really earned the title Dirty Harry. From engaging in a game of Russian roulette with bank robbers, to shooting unarmed men after they've already surrendered, Callahan often creates situations where the use of maximum force would be justified. His disregard for criminal procedure has resulted in a few dangerous killers being set free on a technicality.
Well, I had some luck.
You're lucky I'm not indicting you for assault with intent to commit murder.
What?
Where the hell does it say you've got a right to kick down doors, torture suspects, deny medical attention and legal counsel? Where have you been?
Number 3. John McClane, the Die Hard franchise. Inspired by American icons like John Wayne and Roy Rogers, this foul-mouthed, wisecracking, hard-boiled New York cop is quick on the draw and has a body count that can rival anyone on the big screen.
You won't hurt me.
Oh, yeah? Why not?
Because you're a policeman. There are rules for policemen.
Yeah. That's what my captain keeps telling me.
Starting off as a pretty ordinary guy with a Christmas tradition of mowing down terrorists, McClane becomes more and more reckless as the films go on, eventually causing multiple car pileups, among other forms of mayhem. A chain smoker and an alcoholic, this reluctant hero has alienated his family, while his aversion to authority constantly leaves him one misstep away from unemployment.
Dad! On your tombstone, it should read, always in the wrong place, at the wrong time. How about, yippee-ki-yay?
Number 2. Han Solo, the Star Wars franchise. Sure, he is a lovable rogue, but he's also a cynical smuggler who can't seem to stay out of trouble.
Yeah, but this time I've got the money. I don't have it with me. Tell Jabba.
He works for gangsters, seems to owe pretty much everybody money, and most definitely shoots first. not exactly someone to emulate in daily life. While his smartass, cavalier, swashbuckling attitude is the reason we love him, it's also the reason he isn't a fantastic role model. Han certainly has his hero moments, and can always be counted on in the end.
Hey! I knew you'd come back, I just knew it. Well, I was gonna let you get all the credit and take all the rewards.
Hey, I knew that was more to you than money.
But as we saw in The Force Awakens, the whole smuggling gig just seems too tempting to ever give up entirely. Hey, do what you're good at, we guess.
Well, you tell him that Han Solo just stole back the Millennium Falcon for good.
This is a Millennium Falcon. You're Han Solo.
I used to be.
Han Solo is a rude dude with a bad tude, but that's why we love him. But our number one pick is way worse. But before we get there, here are some honorable mentions.
What happened?
Hey,
Barit.
Barit, look, I'm gonna be totally honest with you. I forgot you're here.
Dad. Oh. That's your kid? Shame on you.
We got yourselves into this mess, get yourselves out of it.
Commitment. Sheer will. Something you know very little about. I once saw him kill 3 men in a bar with a pencil.
Freeze, asshole!
Holy, we should have known it was you.
Thank you.
Vaya con Dios, Castle. Go with God.
God's gonna sit this one out.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, James Bond, the James Bond franchise.
May I, let you know in the morning?
Splendid. My number's on the card.
Ever since Dr. No hit the big screen in 1962, nobody has entertained us for as long or as often as the agent with a license to kill. Perfectly combining suaveness and sophistication with ruthless aggression, the thrill-seeking 007 usually follows a brutal murder with a witty one-liner.
You okay, James? Where's your butler friend?
Oh, he blew a fuse.
In a business where waking up tomorrow is hardly a guarantee, this spy indulges often and heavily in all of his vices. A compulsive gambler, with a drink always in hand, and a serial womanizer, the most unrealistic part of the James Bond franchise might be just how in control he always seems to be.
Let's have a little fun with Mr. Goldfinger.
When you think about it, James Bond is kind of a bad guy. But what do you guys think? Let us know in the comments or tweet me at Phoebe_WM. And don't forget to check out this video.